Hey guys, it's Erico here. I have a special guest today. A year ago I interviewed JB Glossinger from The Morning Coach. One of the guys are doing a great success with one of the most famous, in my opinion, podcasts, a podcast that I hear every day. Yesterday I was recording a video how much crap there is on TV, how much crap there is on newspapers that you end up reading, and you then end up feeling yourself with bad energy, something, road is dangerous, everyone's corrupt, and so on and so forth. And this man here is on a mission to actually give some positive reinforcement, some positive energy, and to get people all over the world and Brazil hopefully pumped. So I am here with, hi JB, how are you doing?
I'm ready to go, Erico, and I got my baby sock on my mic.
One of the things of the backstage, we never know, but that's how he records his videos. He puts a sock on the microphone, so if you want to get the same voice of the good morning.
Exactly. It's the secret, behind the scenes secret.
Behind the scenes secret.
We've got to have that. And actually what that's for, Erico, is just to have it's a pop filter. So when you pop, that baby sock literally takes away the
awesome.
So it gives you better audio quality.
Tricks of the trade. But here's the thing, I wanted to record this with just like informally recording this with my iPhone here, and I wanted to give the backstage of how JB actually records this. You know, we are here in Arizona in a mastermind meeting, and he will say, hey Eric, I'm just going to record the morning coach, and I said I couldn't wait until I saw the backstage, so I gave the opportunity for me to show you the backstage as well. I hope you like it. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, JB Glossinger.
All right, ready to go. I'm going to hit record here, and we're going to rock and roll and get thousands of people around the world ready to get their day started. So let's do this, all right? Let's get started. Here we go. Good morning and welcome to Morning Coach. Today I am so glad you're with me, whether you're here on the Coachcast, listening via the podcast, or on your website. Welcome. And I screwed that up, so let's start over.
Awesome. This is a real backstage, by the way.
So even the pros mess up. So let's do this again. Okay, here we go. Wow. And the thing is, I do not pre-record my intro. I'm all about authenticity. So even if you screw up, you just keep going. So we're going to roll. Good morning and welcome to Morning Coach. Today, I am so glad you're with me. Whether you're here on the Coachcast, listening via the website, or from your mobile device, welcome. As you know, my name is JB Glossinger, and we do this every day, Monday through Friday, to give you some great energy and some great ideas to keep you moving forward, living the life you're looking to live, and just having some fun. And I hope you're having a blast today. It is Tuesday. We are on episode 1866, and I'm actually coming to you from my hotel in Scottsdale, Arizona, with some of the most amazing people in the world, and I'm literally in the conference room. So you may hear some noise in the background. You guys can say something so they know I'm so you can hear. We got a group here, so if you hear some plates banging and some audio going on, we're actually right before the conference, so they are getting the audio set up. So you may hear some weird noises in the background. I am not in my normal studio, so don't think that's in my house like I have this big rock group, because that's not how it is. Let's get into it. You know, this week we're talking about investing in yourself, and it's so critical that you do this. I mean, I'm with some of the most awesome people today and this week and this last weekend with this group. And one of the big things they do is they invest in themselves. And I know I'm preaching to the choir. You're here at Morning Coach, and you're doing that. But it's critical that you look at ways that you can enhance your skills. You look for ways that you can put energy into yourself. You know, it's amazing that we'll go out and we'll spend years planning a wedding. It's if you really think about it. I mean, people plan this sometimes their entire life. But when we sit down to talk about our dreams or the next step in our life, we don't spend 5 minutes on it. We don't spend 10 minutes on it. So what we've got to do now is start to look at what do we want to do, and then spend some time on yourself. You deserve it, all right? So a couple things. You know we're here to get your day started right, and it's critical that instead of watching the news, instead of slamming 5 cups of coffee and driving as fast as you can, getting stuck in traffic, You want to start to look at good things that you can bring into your life and really change your situation, just like Morning Coach. And again, I'm preaching to the choir. You get this, but repetition is the key. We got to continually hear things to really get it to sink in that subconscious. All right, so let's get into it today. I want to talk about skill development. Oh, and I got a quick note, just something that I really need your help with. I'm going to be sending a survey out to the community. Do me a favor and please fill that out. It's really critically important to me to get that feedback from you. So I know everybody hates surveys. I know I hate surveys too, but please do that for me, okay? So, skill development. This is critical, okay? You've heard me say this before, but skill plus talent equals genius. And so the first thing that I want you to start your day off with is understand, one, that skills can be learned, and that every person, everyone in the world can learn a skill. And the second thing I really want you to get this morning is that you are talented. Now, I know that you're thinking, I don't know if I have talent. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, there is something in your DNA that you can do better than anybody in the world, anybody in the universe. You have that ability. And what we've got to do is start to uncover that talent, then add skill to it. And when you do that, that's genius. You're just going to really be able to be authentic, be natural, and allow yourself to move forward in genius. And that's just amazing. And if you're getting some self-doubt right now in your mind when I say those things, and you're saying, gosh, I don't feel like a genius. I don't feel I have talent. I just want you to remember that you are the miracle of birth. That how you came together is amazing. And I think one of the number one issues we have is belief. Even in our meeting with some of the most awesome people in the world, it kept coming up. Belief, belief, belief. And so you've got to believe in yourself. And the first step is to just believe that you have talent and that you have the ability to be a genius, and you are. You might not have got the best grades in school. I didn't. I was a D and C student. I got a couple good grades, usually in gym. But when it came to the real studies, believe me, I was on the other side of the curve. But what was I really good at was communicating a message just like this, So my grades weren't the best in the school. So guess what? My grammar, and you know this, writing was really hard for me, and I didn't get good grades. So what happened the majority of my life? The majority of my life, I didn't write because I bought into that. I didn't believe that I had talent. I didn't believe that I had genius. And it really hurt me. And so what I'm telling you this morning is that you've got to watch those belief systems. And if you're feeling a little negative when I say you are a genius and you don't feel like you're a genius, you are. And we've just got to find what your genius is. If you took a fish, and I've seen this quote on Pinterest and Facebook, and I really like it. A fish can really swim in water, right? Awesome. It's the best swimmer in the world, right? A fish. But if you had a fish climb a tree, he wouldn't do very good, right? Or she wouldn't do very good. So we've got to find your unique abilities. And it's kind of one of the issues I have with our educational system around the world. We just do this standardized testing, and then we say, well, you're great and you're not good. Well, what about the artist? Don't you think if you did the test and you had somebody paint it, isn't that genius if they could answer it with paint? How about singing it? How about writing it? How about physical exercise? How about building a business? All of those are genius ideas and genius in us. And so what I want you to think about today is looking deep at your talents, looking at some skills that we can add to those talents. And if you don't feel right now in this moment that you have talent, then I just want you to work on that belief. Because we need to get you to start to believe that you have talent, because you do. Okay? So that's the first thing. Then, I want to give you some practical skills this morning that you can apply. When we go to enhance skill, there's a couple things you can do. And I love my rapid learning method. It works, and it's something I love, and it's something I want to tell you. And it fits with my type A personality. It might not fit with you so much, but it works, okay? And so if you can apply this to certain things in your life, you're going to add skills, and you can move from skill to skill to skill. Now remember, we do the Sacred Six here, and for those of you that knew, the Sacred Six is we don't take on too many projects. We can have as many goals as we want, okay? We have as many goals as we want, But we can only work on so many projects. So many people, when they're going to do skill development and try to do, build businesses or do things in life, they do so many things that they don't get one thing done. So remember, we can be working on 6 projects at any given time. So if you're trying to learn Spanish, if you're trying to be a better golfer, if you're trying to build a business and maybe learn podcasting or video or that, those are kind of the projects you can work on. And if you have a full-time job, well, then you may only have 2 of those things you can work on. So the first step in the rapid learning method is we have to really be selective and prioritize what we're going to work on to enhance our talent and reach our genius. Okay, so that's the first step. So make sure we're saying, okay, I'm going to do this one thing because it's going to take me to the next level. Now, once you do that, we are going to sprint at that thing. Okay, so let's say you want to learn Spanish, just for example, acquire a language. In the rapid learning method, we're going to sprint at it. That means we are going to get so absorbed in it, we're going to surround ourselves with Spanish. We're going to watch telenovelas, which is Spanish soap operas. We're going to have Spanish magazines in our house. We're going to have Spanish books in our house. We're going to get Spanish decor. We're going to eat Spanish food. We're going to do everything. We're going to immerse ourselves in Spanish. And what we do is we do that for 6 months, a year. And I mean, just sprint at it. And what's happening, we're looking to get 80% efficient at that language. And that's the starting point. Now, once we get that skill to that level, what happens is a lot of times you plateau. And so once we plateau, you can continue to enhance that. But what I do is that's when I move to my next skill. Because I get bored. You know, I don't want to be bored. I get bored. So what we've got to do is sprint at it and really go after it. And then that's what allows you to be great at many things that really work on your talent. Now, there is another kind of school of thought here, is that you just sprint and you just do one thing and you become great at that one thing. I just like to be interesting and I love life, so I like to do many things. But that's your call. I mean, that's kind of an area that you have to play with in your life. Remember, each of us is writing our own story. You know, it's your story. It's not my story. I'm just here to help guide you down the path. So it's your story. You determine what you want. But I like the idea of sprinting and then getting and acquiring a skill and then acquiring another skill and another skill and another skill. Okay? So, for example, in my life, golf. When I took up golf 14 months ago to become a under 10 handicap without playing, the first thing I did was buy the best clubs. I subscribed to every golf magazine that I possibly could. I got a golf coach. And if you looked in my office, you would think I've been golfing my entire life because I had pictures and frames of golf. I mean, I just surrounded myself with golf. And so what happened is my mind just started to believe that, hey, I'm actually a golfer. And I actually got pretty good. I got down to a 13.9 handicap, which was awesome. So that was about the 80%. And now I just play when I want to play, and I'm really not trying to get paid to play. So I'm happy with where I'm at in my golf game. I want to get a little better, but now I'm moving on to other things. So a couple other things I'm doing now is getting better as a writer and video. So I built a studio in my house. Now I know you're like, JB, I don't have all the money in the world to do this. Look, maybe it's buy one thing, buy 2 things. You can subscribe to a magazine, right? So you don't have to go build a studio in your house. I want you to tell you to do that. But if you're I just want you to surround yourself any way that you can, okay? So it's not just about investing tons of money. It's about surrounding yourself and doing it the creative way. Remember, we're about creativity here. But for me, I just want to tell you the example. I mean, I went out and bought the cameras. I got the courses. I mean, I have textbooks coming in all the time on lighting and on filmography because I'm trying to get better at that, And so what I want you to do is pick those skills and then use this rapid learning method. It's going to help you, okay? So what do? You sprint. That means you're going at it really hard, almost type A, so much so that your friends, your significant other is going to say, and like my wife does, she's always like, oh, here he goes again. He's getting into something else, And that's what you want because you're getting into it. And that's going to create the mind to be able to learn that skill. And remember, we're enhancing talent, which is genius, okay? A couple other things real quick. I believe in the power of other people, and I'm learning this more and more and more. This is something that I just didn't even get, and that is I'm a coach, and I didn't have my coaches. I didn't have my mentors. And in order to really enhance skill rapidly, Mentors and coaches are so important. Also, the group mind is so important. So if you can get with people, and that's why I put this community together. You know, we've got all the wonderful people around the world in our private Facebook community. Get with those people. And again, remember, surround yourself with things that and people that are doing what you want to do. And really, the fastest way to get a skill is to get a coach or a mentor or somebody who's doing it. And so you don't make the same mistakes they make. I mean, Erico's here filming this with me, right? And so I'm doing this podcast, and there's a group in here of wonderful people watching me do this. And they're watching me record this with my baby sock on my microphone, okay? Now, that is a funny thing. There's a baby sock on my microphone. But if you're looking to enhance your skill, as the group here is looking to do this, because they're going to go send their message out in the world, what does a baby sock on a microphone have to do with skill enhancement? Well, just think if they were to go out and start doing the podcast and get the same microphone and not put the baby sock on it and have all these pops in it over time and have to experiment over weeks to figure out, how do I do this? Well, guess what? I just cut their learning curve. There's no learning curve because they know I got to get a baby sock. So we have people all over the world with mics with baby socks on them, which I think is kind of funny. But the truth of the matter is, what happens is it cuts your learning curve. So just real simple. Remember, we're looking at 1% improvement every day. That's what the Morning Coach philosophy is. So today, first thing, your homework. What is it? Realize that you have talent. If you feel inside that you don't have talent, then we've got some work to do, okay? We've got to work on your self-worth, your self-value. Remember, self-love is the first love. So we've got to get that part taken care of. Then, I want you, if you're already there, you're like, man, I'm rock and roll. Then I want you to pick one skill today, and I want you to sprint at it. I really, maybe order a magazine about it. Maybe go in the community and ask somebody, hey, do you do video? Or, hey, are you trying to lose weight like I want to do? And again, I don't like that a lot. I like to lose sizes and really train for something more than that kind of goal. But, what is it that you really want to add the skill to your life? What is it that you really want to do? I want you to sprint at that. And I want to get some people around you that are doing it, and that's what's going to make you rock and roll. And bottom line, Nike's got the best slogan ever. You just got to do it. Stop overthinking things. Get out of your own way and believe in yourself. That's what it's about. And you know what? I'm here to help you. I'll be here every day. We got the community to help you. Hey, let's just rock and roll this thing. It's life, right? It's your story. So get out there, have a rock and roll day, enjoy it. I love you. Remember, fill out my survey, will you? I need that, okay? So help me with that. And then tomorrow we're going to get back, and we're going to talk about fear of not getting a return on investment when you do things. And this is a deep day, a metaphysical day, so I really can't wait for you to be here. All right, I love you. Get out there, have a phenomenal day. Rock and roll. Let's make this thing happen. I'll be back with you here tomorrow on morningcoach.com.
Done?
Yeah. Done!
Wow, first of all, thank you very much, JB. And first thing I actually learned is that I should put a sock on my phone. But I would just like to finish this video saying thank you. I acknowledge you for the work you're doing, and it has been helping me for, I don't know, couple of years now. Awesome. And I've been listening to it almost every day, and I've been even personificating you to my wife. Good morning. And she said, Erico, what the fuck? What's that, man? No, sorry, but I would like to acknowledge you, and for everyone there on the other side who is looking for some positive reinforcement, some positive. There's one video that I tell something that I learned in my mastermind, that one of the greatest things that you have to protect as an entrepreneur is your confidence. And I believe Morning Coach plays a good part on me. Yeah. So if you want to learn a little bit more about Morning Coach, there is a link just below this video. Just click there. I hope you subscribe. I hope you fill your brain with a lot of positive energy. So guys, if you want to subscribe to this YouTube channel, just click. Wow, I don't know. I think it's click somewhere over here, and please leave a comment. Am I in the right way? So click like if you like it. Click not like if you didn't like him. No. But leave a comment. I really read all the comments. Last week alone, we have 887 comments on my YouTube channel. It's incredible, but it's part of my daily routine to read it. And if you think that this kind of positive reinforcement, either this channel or the Morning Coach, is good for someone, please share with someone. Guys, thank you very much. See you the next time tomorrow.